Well, hi everyone. It's Michelle Crawford here oh goodness, I have the hiccups. Going live to talk about my new homemade health masterclass, which was at first just the tinctures class. And when I say just the tinctures class, which I gave in the winter and in the spring to like about 30 students, was so cool. But in my mind, the tinctures class, which was 1 month, and you learn to make my canna kit of 5 multi-cannabinoid and single cannabinoid tinctures that you can take all day and all night to support better health, was just the beginning of my homemade health masterclass. I just gave a webinar last Friday. Oh, excuse me. Oh God, you're gonna have to deal with my hiccups. I'm gonna have to deal with my hiccups. This is crazy. I gave a webinar last Friday, and the replay is here on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it. 65 slides in 65 minutes. I'll tell you that much right now. Proud of myself. And then there's a nice 10-minute Q&A at the end. So yeah, this masterclass is starting up on Friday, September 2nd, I believe. And I realize that's rather quick. So I'm making a big push right now to go ahead and get as many people into this very first round as possible. So what's new? What's new in the masterclass is that it's not just tinctures anymore. It's also topicals. Topicals, the modules are extremely exciting. The very first thing you're going to learn is how to make instant topicals with concentrates. You may or may not know this, but as a spokesperson for ExtractCraft and the user of both the Eto Pro, the large machine, and the Source Turbo, the small machine that's perfect for your kitchen, I am really excited to be someone who can educate you on how to make concentrates like full extract cannabis oil, or another name for full extract cannabis oil that's really popular is Rick Simpson oil. They're both essentially the same thing. These are ethanol extracted botanical concentrates. You can use any botanical, but obviously, as the canna-curious health coach, I'm here to teach you how to make extracts of cannabis and hemp. That gives you CBD, THC, CBG, CBDA, CBGA, THCA, and more to work with at home. Right? Very cool. And so then, oh my God, in the topicals class, we are definitely exploring making instant topicals with concentrates and store-bought creams and lotions, which is how I absolutely got my start. I really want some of my friends here where I live to watch this video and chime in, because absolutely we had what they called pot parties, where they would call me and be like, my mom, has a aching hands and she's supposed to use this cream, CeraVe or Cetaphil or, Lubriderm or Aquaphor, or you name it, whatever cream the doctor said they should be using to help their skin condition or pain or what have you. There always was a question of, can we infuse this? Yes, you can. You can definitely infuse store-bought creams and make instant topicals with them. Super fast, super fun. And I used to do this with all my friends, and I really loved it, and they did too. Okay, so you can tell I'm having a massive hiccup problem, but maybe it'll go away. So in the topicals class now, we will be working with concentrates and infusing with flowers, doing it both ways so you'll understand both methods, as well as the convenience of each way, as well as the downside of each way. And then we'll conclude with, and of course, we're going to be learning how to make simple infused suppositories and lotion bars. I'm practically famous for that now. So definitely we will be learning to make those suppositories. They are crucial. They are crucial to improving women's health, especially, but also if you are trying to use high potency cannabis suppositories to maybe deal with ongoing illness, like, maybe support for your cancer treatments. That is something that some of my students have been doing, and I'm very happy to help out with that. Absolutely. Well, then, speaking of making really high potency suppositories, this is another reason why I'm so into concentrates and why I am somebody who knows how to use the Source Turbo by ExtractCraft and have my own Eto Pro. Oh, God. because I think that cannabis suppositories are generally needed to be high potency, either for vaginal or even rectal use. We are looking at potencies of at least 20 milligrams and above for CBD, THC, CBG, all of those things. And it's really, really hard to get 20% infusion or 20 milligrams into such a small thing. A suppository is not a large object. It's a very tiny volume of material. I usually make mine with cocoa butter. And that was the issue. That was the problem that concentrate solved for me. So that's why I became so expert at making them at home, so that I could make these high potency topicals in the form of suppositories or anything else. Like, it's not limited. FICO or RSO, full extract cannabis oil, is the basic extraction that fuels the entire infused cannabis industry practically. Practically every product that's infused out there is made with FICO or a version of FICO that's been further processed, like distillate, or any other of the processes for undecarbed concentrates that people commonly use for inhalation, like dabbing. So pretty much all of these things are made with very similar processes. And so that is why I got into making concentrates, is because once you make a concentrate, then you can make everything else, like practically everything else in the whole industry. Okay, so you're going to make infused store-bought topicals. You're going to make simple suppositories and lotion bars, and you're also going to learn to make my masterpiece of a topical, which is Max Healing Salve. Max Healing Salve is the combination of all of my industry inspiration. As an inspired DIYer, I'm so lucky to be here in California, where our medical program and recreational program are very long-standing in cannabis and have allowed me to experience some of the best, most creative, oh God, most amazing cannabis products in the industry anywhere, practically. So with that in mind, being exposed to such amazing products helped me be inspired to make Max Healing Salve. Max Healing Salve is not just an infused topical. It's a combination of cannabinoids in this topical, and it's a combination of essential oils in this topical, and a combination of carrier oils and butters. So all of that together. So we go from very, very simple, instant, take a concentrate and a store-bought cream and combine them, or make a very simple infused salve with maybe coconut oil or something that's already very hard at room temperature, and infusing it with your flowers at home, to this industry inspired Max Healing Salve recipe that I will share with you in this course and train you how to make, that actually forces you to engage with multiple cannabinoids, multiple essential oils, and multiple carrier oil ingredients, such as beeswax as a base oil component, mango shea butters, cocoa butters, and different oils like jojoba and sweet almond that are better for skin. Okay, so we'll be exploring those things in the topicals segment of the course, which is new. Previously, it was just the canna-kitchen and tinctures, but that went so well that we knew we had to expand. And I knew I had to, because I've already got people getting my free download. You should go visit my website, www.canna-curiouscoaching.com, and get my free downloads. There's two. The first one is vaginal suppositories yourself. It's at the top of every single page of my website. So grab that. It's free. We'll show you how to make these suppositories. The other free thing that I have on my website is really, in my mind, like a prerequisite to my homemade health course. It's called Magical Machines for Kitchen Witches. Magical Machines for Kitchen Witches explores two important machines that I use in my everyday DIY that make it fast, safe, simple, and easy. These are not machines that make your life hard. These are machines that make your life easy. They are easy to use, simple to set it and forget it, and also easy to clean up from using, which is a huge DIY consideration. Like, we don't want to waste time on the front end and we don't want to waste time during the process. And we also don't want to waste our time, slaving over the kitchen sink at the end of our DIY. Do we? No, I don't. You? I didn't think so. So, oh my God, I think I might have overcome the hiccups. Blessed be. Huh. Thank you. So, yeah, we are going to add a concentrates module to the course. And this was very obvious for giving the tinctures class twice. In every tinctures class, there was somebody who wanted to know how to use the Source Turbo by ExtractCraft to make their own FICO. And not just one somebody, but like half the class, if not more. And so from the very beginning, I was already teaching how to use the Source Turbo by ExtractCraft to make concentrates at home. And I've had several students of just the tinctures class without me actually really teaching a whole module on it, pick up how to do this, buy Source Turbos, and make concentrates. Oh my God. It's so wonderful to know that you can be successful and you can help others with what you know. So yes, I'm very thrilled to add the topicals course and the tincture and the concentrates course to the already existing tinctures course. So now for the first time ever this fall, I'll be introducing the 10-week all comprehensive course, homemade health course that includes how to make a canna kit of multi-cannabinoid tinctures, how to make simple and easy and useful topicals that are truly the gateway drug into cannabis use. I'll get into this more later. But topicals is what really helped me convince my family to start trying cannabis. They are incredible. And it's also how I got my start because weed lubricant is considered a topical. So that's also how I got hooked into all of this weed lube, a cannabis infused topical. And finally, how to make your own concentrates at home with the Source Turbo by ExtractCraft. Really valuable class. I don't know a lot of people that are teaching this. You can learn online, but if you would like a live teacher that you can ask your questions of during this 10-week class, every week on Friday at 2 p.m., we will be PST, Pacific Standard Time. We will be having a live Zoom class. And I, based on my experience giving the tinctures class, I already know that most people want to share celebrations, make friends, get their questions answered, and all of that during this section. So I used to lecture during that 1-hour class, but now I will be recording all my lectures separately and putting them into the online digital course. And the entire live class will be office hours, introductions, celebrations, give me your Q&A, what are your issues, let's work through them live in person. That's missing from so many digital courses, that live component, both of the course instructor, myself, I am accessible to you for 10 hours, over the next 10 weeks. Actually, I've also already added an 11th class just because I want to finish up and celebrate. Also because this is my first time giving the course in its full entirety. So I'm hoping for a little bit of feedback and I want to give myself some grace period. But yeah, the whole course starts this Friday, September 2nd at 2 p.m. If you want to join, there'll be a link down in the description to my blog post that I just wrote, 5 reasons to join Homemade Health, which gives you 5 great reasons. And it also gives you all the dates. So starting September 2nd and going every Friday until November, I believe like 11th is the final date, because I said that, normally we would have ended on the 4th to have 10 weeks, but I added one more class to make it 11 and it ends on the 11th. So the 11th class will be on the 11th, and it's just a freebie. It's a bonus because this is the first time and I would love extra time for us to talk, maybe work through any final issues, get feedback on the course, all of that great stuff. And we're ending by Thanksgiving. That was always a goal for me. I didn't want this class to extend over the holidays. So that will be the end. And then the next time I'm offering this class will actually be 2023. Yes. And I'll be offering it 3 times in 2023 live, as well as hopefully we will have a whole digital course to offer that is a standalone. Okay, so in order to get started with the class, I really think that Magical Machines is a great prerequisite. It is a very short little mini course that I've put together just showing you how to use the 2 kitchen appliances for cannabis that I recommend, endorse, am a affiliate of and have discounts for. So also in the Magical Machines mini course are my 2 discounts for the Ardent FX, $30 off, and for the Source Turbo. You have to go look in there to find out more about that. But yeah, I do have exclusive discounts with both of those products so that you, my students, can get deals on equipping your canna-kitchens for success. Mm. You'll also get some videos in there on how to use the Ardent FX and all of its parts and how to use the Source Turbo and all of its parts. But it's a very brief walkthrough. You know what I mean? It's like enough to get somebody who's maybe done a little bit of their own homework started. But you'll see and hear and have way more education about this in the live course that I am offering now. Okay. I don't remember what I said I'd be getting back to, but every day this week I will be going live here on YouTube, and maybe even if I figure it out how to get live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, maybe all at the same time. I don't know. We'll see how technically challenging that is. I am just really going hard at promoting the sales of the course. We have students already. It's already filling up, but it's a great deal now. Next year, this class will be double the price because I intend on offering it at 3 different levels. You guys have maybe know about this. It's a very smart business tactic, and I've gotten advice from everybody that I respect to do this. So as I develop the course, the 10-week live course next year in 2023 will be $1,555. The digital course standalone without the live meetings and the support and all that will be $777. So getting it now at $777 is a huge deal. Plus, I don't know, this is my live stream, so I'll just explain to you my thinking. In my mind, my courses are all like about $500 a piece, and they all take about a month. The tinctures course is about a month, and in my mind, it's $500. And the topicals course is about a month, and it's $500. And the concentrates course is about a month and $500. So together, that's $1,500. Since this is my first time giving it, the beta launch of it all, and because most of my customers and students this round, I expect to be repeat customers who have already taken my tinctures course, I'm offering the entire 10 weeks for less than $800, less than $1,000, less than what in my mind, like is the value or the, going rate of these courses, because I would love as many people as possible to get in on this now. And because I want to reward the people who've already taken tinctures class with me with a massive, massive discount. Never again will I be able to offer this at that price. I don't think that we're going to, that's going to make my business float. So I really appreciate everybody's support in buying my courses and coming to learn with me, because it does support the business. It keeps the lights on at Canna-Curious Coaching, where we do employ more than me, as contractors. We have a team, and we just really appreciate your support here. I want this business to light up canna pantries all over the world, empower people, educate them, and provide excellence, in the cannabis industry to all of my students. So I really appreciate your help in, taking the classes, checking me out here, liking these videos, subscribing to my channel, following me on TikTok, where I'm enjoying telling jokes, following me on Instagram, where I still haven't figured it out yet, and here on YouTube, where I really much enjoy going live and making these videos. So I'll be here at 1:00 all week long. And so I hope that one day you guys can join me on next week, tomorrow. We'll be talking a little bit more about those 5 reasons to join my homemade health course. Like I would love to have a picture of my course up in front of me right now. But today's topic, the very first reason, is to learn how to use the Ardent FX to decarboxylate and infuse. I am a huge fan of the Ardent FX, and I have a code for it. It's canna-curious, CANNACURIOUS. And if you want to save $30 off an Ardent FX, please go ahead and go visit Ardent's website right now and buy it with my code canna-curious. I have been using the Ardent FX to decarboxylate cannabis for over, a year, more than that now, ever since it came out practically. And I have not just purchased one Ardent FX, but I've purchased 3 Ardent FXs. 2 live here at my house and work very, very hard, and 1 lives at my mom's house, who is my co-cook and my co-host for all of my DIY lessons in my videos. So if you take my course, you'll also meet my famous mother, Gammy Rayburn, who inspires people everywhere to actually get DIYing in the kitchen with cannabis together with me. So I have a lot of Ardent FXs. I think that they are the most convenient way to decarb and infuse, and you can even bake with it. I think that they're simple. You can press the button. A1 and A2 are the two buttons. A1 is for anything in the THC family, and A2 is for, and it's a CBG family. A1 is for THC and CBG. And A2 is a button that does a cycle that will decarb CBD. Why do you need two buttons? Because these things decarb at different rates and at different temperatures. So the very best thing about this machine is that you put your cannabis in it that needs to be decarbed, you press the button, and then you walk away. It has sensors inside of it and heating elements that work with each other to monitor the heat inside the tube. It's just basically a little metal tube with a lid and a base. It's machine washable, which I think is the best thing. You can take the entire thing off the base and put it in the dishwasher. Everybody who asks me about cleaning up after Canna DIY, I'm telling you, the Ardent FX is your friend. You can just decarb in it and you can just infuse in it, and it's so simple and easy. Like, you do not have to think about all those questions. What temperature? Do I need to wrap it in foil? Can I put this glass jar in my Instant Pot, oven, broiler, barbecue, toaster oven, air fryer? I'm just listing off questions that people have asked me. Can I decarb in a waffle iron? Yeah, sure. Decarbing isn't hard. You just need a heat source. Okay, but let's talk about the quality of all these different heat sources and whether or not they're precise, whether or not you can trust them, and whether or not you're going to get a full decarb of your material this way. All of those things work, Instant Pots, but they do require you to think more than this device, the Ardent FX. And I just conserve my thinking and conserve my energy and conserve my time for as much as I can for other things. Things that should be simple, I like to keep them simple, and I don't like to make them any more complicated than they have to be. While I realize or an Instant Pot or what have you, great, and I support you in that. And I'm not telling you you have to buy all these extra things. I am telling you that these extra things are far more convenient and easier to use than any of those other options practically. Okay. In my class who didn't buy an Instant Pot an Ardent FX. And great. You will still learn about multi-cannabinoid formulation. You will learn about oils. You will still learn about topicals. If you don't buy a Source Turbo, I don't know if the concentrates part is going to be as useful for you. I think it will, because here's my experience of concentrate. I should actually save this for later, but the concentrates portion of the class, it is for people who have a Source Turbo and want to learn how to use it in the main. But, as someone coming from California with a vast quantity of experience and quality of experience using, buying, shopping, learning about, and being part of making concentrates, I would love to have people in my course who are maybe from other places or states who need to be introduced to this. It is an industry standard, practice to use concentrates to make things. And so the less familiar you are with them, the more limited your ability to be empowered by your marketplace is, and to understand what you want out of the marketplace in maybe an emerging legal state. I've had students from like New York and New Jersey whose understanding of what they could buy at a dispensary in terms of concentrates and what use they could be, the concentrates to them. Those are all various considerations and reasons to take the class that don't have anything to do with the Source Turbo. So I don't know. I personally know that about 80% of the people who buy a Source Turbo really want to make FICO with it and would probably appreciate live instruction and support. So I mainly am serving that, audience, but that doesn't mean that the concentrates portion of the course isn't valuable to someone who isn't yet there. And let me just talk about one more thing. I should go over this more completely, but I am offering, as part of my business structure, return student discounts. So after I've given this class the first time, for $777, the whole entire 10-week course, tinctures, topicals, and concentrates, forevermore, those students who have taken this class with me can always come back for like $100 or $200. We'll find out what it is next year because I haven't done that math yet. But a very, very inexpensive price compared to the $1,555 price that this will be next year, to retake the cat class with me, just to refresh your memory, just to maybe you need to refresh your canna pantry and your stocks of all of these things and just want to make it together with the class again. I really understand this in people. It's not ever just a one-shot deal. You usually have to revisit things that you've learned. I personally can tell you that I had to take chemistry, college chemistry, the basic first class, 101, 3 times. 1, 2, 3 to pass. I hope that doesn't take away any of your confidence in me as an instructor, but every class I learned more until finally I learned enough to pass. So maybe that will be you. And in which case, I don't want you to spend all your money on taking my class the first time and not actually get it all and then be like, what do I do? I don't, I think that it's more valuable to be able to take the class multiple times if that's what you need. And I really understand. So all this week, I'll be talking about the various parts of the homemade health class, what's exciting about them, and why you want to take it. 5 great reasons. So today's Monday. The first great reason that you want to learn you want to take the homemade health class with me is to learn about the Ardent FX, how to use it, tips and tricks, getting really familiar with it, putting your hands to it. I would say that the biggest difference between my class and another class is that it's not just theoretical. This is a hands-on practical class. The point of this is to make, take, and share. You need to make topicals, tinctures, and concentrates. I want you to take them, and I want you to share them. I want you to share your products. I want you to share your experience. I want you to share your knowledge. I really believe in this, and that's why the class is hands-on. And I think that's a differentiator. I'm not really teaching this class to people who do not want to actually make these things. So if you do not actually want to make, you just want to sit in on this thing like a seminar, I would suggest you wait for the cheaper digital class, or maybe something else. If you want to join us to actually make things, open up these boxes, take out these appliances, use them, get expert with using them, get actual experience with making things, taking things and sharing things, this is the class for you. You are listening to the right instructor. I have several people who over the last year can tell you that I am here to give you the kind of confidence to actually work with hemp and cannabis to make remedies at home. And I know all of the reasons why you get hung up on doing that: fear, lack of time, lack of instruction, nobody to help you and guide you. This class solves all those problems. All right, so we're coming up at a half an hour. I can't believe I can just sit in here and talk for half an hour at this live. But when you are fired up about what you're doing, it's so easy. I can barely stop talking about this, actually. So join me live all this week, every single day, to talk about 5 great reasons to join my homemade health class this Friday. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the last live will be a half an hour before the first class on Friday. The sales doors are now open. You can get started today for as little as $259 and 2 more payments, because I have a monthly payment option. So you can pay $259 today and then 2 more payments of $259, or one-time cost $777. The last thing I want to talk about, I have like 1 minute, is that a lot of people in my class are cannabis health coaches and educators as well, just like me, because I'm a grad mentor and a graduate of Cannabis Coaching Institute, where I got my certification to become a certified cannabis health coach and educator. And now I work there as a grad student mentor, supporting hundreds of other people's journeys on this same path of helping other people get healthy with cannabis. And those are often the people who are taking my class, my peers and my colleagues, who are also cannabis health coaches and educators. And so for that reason, I have a program that's called Graduate Group Guides, GGGs. It's basically an affiliate program that I'm developing. Keep in mind, this is my first year in business. So thank you so much for making this first year as amazingly successful as it's been. But if you are a cannabis health coach or educator and you are interested in bringing a group through my course, the first thing you have to do is take my course. You have to become a graduate of the class to bring a group through and guide them later. Okay, so let me just explain that I am making an affiliate program for next year's courses. This will be offered 3 times live next year, as well as a digital course, as well as I am writing a book right now called The Cannabis Kitchen Witches Guide to Homemade Health, Modern Marijuana Magic, titled to be finalized. But and that of course will be like very inexpensive, $29 for the book, $777 for the digital standalone, no live classes, thing, and $1,555 and up, because there will be a premium level experience offered at $3K for the live 10-week course that we'll be taking together 3 times. So if you take this class now and you're a cannabis health coach or educator already, what this will do for you is make you a graduate of my class. So next year, all next year, you will be, like qualified to be a GGG, a graduate group guide. This is the absolute cheapest. You can take this class and graduate it and set you up to sell my class and to guide groups through it and be incentivized all next year, 3 more times, maybe forever. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is still in the works. Details, to be formulated. But if you're in on this class and you're already in business as a coach or an educator, I really want to support you. That's the whole point of that. I want to support you because so many of you have told me that you do not want to make this class for your students and customers. You want to just give them my class. So figuring out ways through the book, through the digital course, and through the online live and GGGs, ways for you to support your own customers and students and clients. That's what I'm trying to do with that program. All right. Well, so if you're a regular person who just wants to become, a master of DIYing with cannabis with somebody professional who can answer all your questions and in a very supportive group, please check out my blog post down below, read all about it, see if you're available for those dates, and by now, join me for my very first 10-week homemade health masterclass. Thank you so much for joining me live. I apparently can talk for 33 minutes. So I really appreciate your support. Like I said, your support, your interest is really making this business fly and supporting not just me, but also my consultants and my team. So I appreciate you. I really do. Thanks again. Like and subscribe to this channel, this video. Check me out on TikTok, THEE, Michelle Crawford, and on Instagram, michellcrawford.canna-curious. All right. See you next time tomorrow. Bye.